Greetings, Libra. Welcome to Aries season and welcome to your reading. It's your season of relationships, and the charm is turned all the way up, especially if you put in, here we are, the charm, your words like silk, like silk. And more people are trying to find you. They're actually all right there. You are just like, as I was just talking to your sister sign, Aries, and it's like you feel this energy pushing you forward because it's Aries season, and it's like, yes, let's go. I'm running. I'm about to woo. And then it's like, you have this injury that you've been coming back from, and like you are finally feeling better, and then like you run and you step, and like you don't hurt yourself hard again, but it's just like, ooh, no, I'm still injured. Like it's not done. Like I'm not back at full 100 yet. Like that's Aries season, because the sun is in Aries. Venus, Mercury are currently in Aries, but in a few days, they're going to retrograde back into Pisces, into your sixth house. You need help. People need help. There's too much to do. You're just done with this Pisces energy, and you're like, I thought we were done with this. I don't want to go back to this dynamic or this situation. Like I've done so much work to move past this. Can we just move forward? Why does this feel why are we stuck in this cycle, this very toxic cycle on us? On top of that, Venus and Mercury are moving back into your sixth house, into Pisces, and they're still retrograde. It's hell. It's hell on earth. And so the mistake that you could make during this time is coming out into the light too early, thinking that the charm is enough. It usually is enough to get the job done. And it's not just charm without work. You do your work. You are cardinal energy. You are excellent, right? You are sharp. But this Piscean energy is like a void of never ending, like, need. People need, you need, and it's just like, can't we all just win and move on? Like, I'm just so done with this vibe. But don't see it as a setback. Don't see it as a demotion. It's actually a promotion. This greater amount of work coming to you, especially in a professional setting, and maybe even a relational setting. Especially if it's relational, it feels like a lot right now. It feels like more work than it should right now, but that pays you dividends later in your romantic karma if you are patient and disciplined and really committed for the long term, which is so much easier said than done, right? When you could just walk out the door. Libra rising here. It's very much easier said than done, but this Capricorn card is a as scary as the card looks, it's a good omen of long-term fulfillment, stability, security, and love. If you put in the hard work that really sucks right now, and you really differentiate between what you're deeming as toxic and what really is just growing up, needing to grow up, you needing to grow up. You feel me? This also applies in your career. You need to get the job, and the job's done, and you can and you will. And the form that it comes in is what makes you question if you're actually leveling up, or like, are you actually just stuck in the same place you felt like you've been at for the past 2 years? That's all a matter of perspective and how you treat yourself in these dynamics, in these work environments. It's all dependent on your mindset. It's all dependent on the boundaries that you feel like you are worthy to establish and set, the financial um, contracts, that you are willing to sign off on. No one can force you into an unhealthy dynamic. Only you can accept it or not. So, not necessarily the romantic Aries season that you normally get or you may have been wanting. But I do think that these topics in love and romance, love and career especially, um, they're so helpful for the long-term version of you, and the version of you that will actually very, very soon be coming up upon some opportunities out in the world that need this version of you that knows these things, that knows how to do these things, that is truly ready, for what's right in front of you, right? It's easy to have the things, but like, it really sucks when you're not ready for it, right? So Pisces energy, that Pisces Virgo axis is all about the preparation. It's about clearing up that anxiety. It's about putting the practice in, because no, yeah, you're not just going to wake up and magically be good at something. You actually have to do the work, do that work. And then once you do that work, you don't even have to, you know, reach for anything, honestly. Whatever you thought you were reaching for, you realize you don't even want that anyway. You didn't even want that. You just, I don't know, who knows? It's just something you were obsessed with or whatever, or somebody you were obsessed with, right? For whatever reason, you just wanted to get some revenge or whatever. It doesn't even matter at this point. You see here, it does not matter at this point. When the work puts itself back in front of you and you see very clearly what's expected of you and what's needed of you, just do it. It's actually easy. The hard part about it is it's just a lot. The hard part about it is that you have to stand in it and you have to do it on your own, where you would rather be able to do it with, you know, friends. The friends are there, they're there. But these retrogrades back into Pisces are just, water breaking. Everyone's in labor and they're just stuck in labor for hours and hours and hours. And the baby is not here yet. It's like you just got to keep going. You've got to keep pushing through this probably deep discomfort, and also like, what the hell is happening, because I don't do this on a daily basis. I'm birthing a child out into the world, and this shit is kind of hard. Probably, I actually don't have children, I'm just speaking from like, what I've seen and what I know, right? But from what I've heard, but I'm sure you can imagine that is what Pisces energy feels like. And it's just like going and going and going. But like, at some point, and that like, this is going to birth something incredible out into the world. It's going to birth something of your creating out of the world, along with, the divine. And it's gonna be so worth it. It's gonna be gorgeous. It's gonna be something that is yours. It's yours. It's your thing. It's your baby. You know, it's gonna be worth it. But gosh, the feeling, the emotional roller coaster that you're taking on throughout the journey and the process, it's not the easiest. Yeah. Ooh, and the body changes along the way, and it's like, I know y'all warned me about this, but damn, it's all gonna be fine. It's all actually increasing your worth, increasing your um yeah, especially material value and experience in this world. And you really need that, right? Like you really could use that. But it's not easy to feel like you have to step into this place all alone and really look at yourself and look at the things that are taking away from your value, and realize that it's a lot that has to do with things that you don't want to let go of, but they're very much so fully gone. And in order for your value to to stabilize, you need to let it be gone, right? Let it be gone. You've seen what you needed to see. This is not the time to go backwards. This is not the time to rehash. That would be a choice if you want to carry more emotional responsibility. It's not a bad thing. It's just not your responsibility. Never was. So let's talk about Neptune entering Aries on March 30th. We have a full moon in your sign. It's still very much so an incredibly beautiful season for you, but not in the luxurious way that you typically like, because gosh, this energy just continues to follow you. This energy that's like, start over, Libra, start from the beginning. Everything that you're doing right now is getting you to this place. It's humbling, and you hate that. You really, really hate that. But Neptune is moving into Pisces, into Aries. It's currently in Pisces, and it's moving into Aries on March 30th. Um, you've been humbled. This isn't going to humble you more. It's only going to actually make you comfortable with starting from the beginning with something, and everything that came along with getting back to this 0 point. It doesn't mean you have nothing, but Neptune in Aries is a very, very fresh new beginning. And yes, you have a lot that you can bring into this with you, um, but you've got to rebuild from the ground up, and you're ready to do it. It's actually really, really good. The Page of Pentacles is, you're committed to the quality of who you're becoming next. And I like that for you. I like that a lot for you. I like that, you're no longer winging it just because you have the energy, and because you're strong, and because you'll bounce back. Like, you can't do that again. You don't want to be strong and bouncing back and all that. You don't know how many more times you have in you to do this bounce back. So it's like, let me stop attracting these situations that are calling for me to be stronger than I can be, than I want to be. I don't want to be that way anymore. I actually want people to come into my life and realize that I need them to be strong. That's what I need. That's what I want. And so you're realizing with Neptune and Pisces that, that illusion of Pisces energy, that sixth house energy that you've been dealing with, that's been keeping you in this space alone in many different ways, in many different areas of your life. Now you're actually leaning into this vulnerability that is making room for connections in your life. And yeah, it's a change. It's a change from how you've been. Um, for the best possible outcome. What's the point of looking like you have it all together if you don't actually have it all together? What's the point? Because you're attracting situations that are great? No, you're not. You're attracting people that know you don't have it all together, but because you look like it, now they're just in your stratosphere really with nothing to offer you. Why don't you let people know the truth so that they can actually come in and fill in with what you need, Libra? With what you want. The vulnerability suits you in your relationships that find you now. It makes so much room for these big glorious moments of progress and refinement and direction that you can trust. It's incredible, especially if you're dealing with the Sagittarius or Sagittarius placements. This person, they want to fly with you. Oh, and you love that. You love that. You love to fly. You love to not feel weighed down just because you're committed. You know, yeah, you can have the home and all the things, but are you ever really, really there? No, you're out and about in the world because you want to fly. You want to connect. You want to make new relationships. You want to, create new opportunities for yourself with a group of people. Sure, if they're down and that, yeah, it's really good. This next year is very strong for you, and this is only the beginning. So take your time, do this cleanup of Venus and Mercury shifting back into Pisces, and get ready for this grand reset, um, in your life and in your relationships and in the way that you navigate your relationships and partnerships. You love this stuff, you live for it, and you deserve it. I will see you in Taurus season in a month. Maybe I'll pull some more cards, do an extended, and talk about more about love and maybe some other things. TBD on that. But in the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in the description, as well as access the Aries season playlist Pulse. Also, the Aries season astrology news is out now on YouTube. Go watch it, like it, comment, let me know if it resonated with you, what you got from it, and I will talk to you soon. Love you, Libra. Bye.